What is up, guys? Good to see everybody. Hope you're all having a fan-fucking-tastic Saturday. Tonight we got a lot of shit, primarily a debate, but for my fellow nerds out there, I'm also going to be playing Magic in the background. Well, I'll see if I can pull a Destiny and participate in a conversation while playing a simple-minded game in the background to keep myself entertained. Because I'm on a fucking grind, everybody. I am crushing it right now. So, at my draft tournament for Magic the Gathering, I got third place out of 21, so great placement. Had a great fucking time. And I've just been grinding like a motherfucker for, I don't know, like most of today, if I'm being honest. I've just been playing Magic the Gathering all day. And I'm ready to play Magic the Gathering again and again and again. Right now, we're in Plat 3, as far as I'm aware, and I'm going to start a brand new Phyrexia All Will Be One draft while we wait for the panel to start. So, get ready, everybody. We are going to play some Magic the Gathering. I fucking love Magic the Gathering, if I'm being honest. It's such a good goddamn game. All right, everybody. Let's go. Ready up. Ready up. Take that out of here for now. What's up, Casey? Good to see you. So, like I said, everybody, we're playing Magic first for like 10 minutes. I'm going to build my deck in front of all of you because I want to show you my deck. And then we're probably going to ease into the panel, and I'll be playing quietly in the background. If you don't know how to play Magic, figure the fuck out. If you need something else, I'm sorry, I can't help you. So, let's see what we got. Hexgold Slash is good. So is Cot. Enduring. Basilica Shepherd's also pretty nice. I don't know if I want to pick a signpost right out of the gate. And Basilica Shepherd's really good. So is Hexgold Slash. I think I'm going to pick Cod because it has the highest ceiling. So we're going to start with that one. That's the move for me. Sorry about that, everybody. All right, so next one. This is a junk rare. It's not very good. It's too expensive. Doesn't do what it wants to do. Some really solid commons, though. Justicator's been pretty solid for me. Stinging High Master's always good. Necrosquito probably has the highest ceiling. I think we're probably going to take the Necrosquito just because of what it can do. So we'll see where we end up. But right now, we don't really have the best... the best combo, but we only have 2 cards so far, so yeah, how much can it really be? Just gotta give it a second. I hope everyone's having a good night. Feel free to say something in chat. I'm trying to listen to you, I promise. I'm not ignoring you, alright? I care about you. Parasociality. You and me together, we got this. Alright. If I can't find anything specific synergy wise, I'm probably just gonna start grabbing some low to the ground. I've been having reasonable success with aggro. Just in general, just having a low curve seems to let me go underneath a lot of people. So, feeling pretty good about that. But we shall see. And if you're here for politics, the panel's going to start in 5 minutes. So, if you find this boring, I'm sorry, you're boring. This is so much cooler than politics. I don't give a fuck about a balloon. What the hell we talked about this week? I don't even know what the topics are. Whose panel? I think it's Counterpoints' panel. Alright, let's get another Necrosquito, because it's just a really solid card. What's up, Stills? Well, Casey, chill the fuck out. We just started the stream. Why are you acting like this? What are you doing? Also, if you're watching over on YouTube, make sure to drop a like. Helps the stream. Get those views, all sort of shit. So, but You know what, Stills? I'm having a great time, all right? What Casey needs to do is stop giving me a goddamn heart attack just by existing. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, I want to kill people over a balloon. It's the best outcome. You're insane, Casey. This is why I have you muted on Twitter, because you're crazy. You always want to fight Russia. Like, I'm not saying we don't fight Russia, but I'm saying you need to chill the hell out. Stop threatening to nuke people. All right. Let's see. People are starting to come on the stream. Yo, Dalaban Super Soldier, my man, my brother. Welcome to Can We Nuke the UFOs? That's more acceptable to me, if I'm being honest. So, I like that idea. That was a pretty shitty pick, though. I think I might have to get out of black and white. Those are not very good. This is a pretty weak pack. Just in general, this pack kind of sucks ass. It's very disappointing. Played an Onslaught has the highest ceiling, so we're probably going to try and go with that. Maybe if we can get a stronger artifact theme. You have 2 Necrosquitos, and I don't want to waste them, but they're just not that strong by themselves. We need more of a sacrifice theme if we're going to pull something like that off. And our just first couple of picks, they're just all over the place. So, I don't know how we're feeling about that. We will join the politics thing in just a second. People are getting in there for all sorts of reasons. Okay, so we might have to switch to a white-red aggro artifact deck, but you never know. Getting more decent red cards. We'll see where that ends up coming for us. So, your boss loves your tweets, Casey. As long as your boss likes your tweets, that's great. Okay, like just don't get fucking fired for crazy shit you see online. Okay, you chill out. You need to behave yourself. All right, let's get on the panel. For all my hard Magic the Gathering fans, you just need to watch and be perceptive, okay? There's some real shit happening. I want you to pay attention. Probably just take the land here. No. If it does end up going, yeah, there we go. That was a tough pick, though.
Or still just talking now, so yeah.
Yeah, Franklin, I haven't seen you in ages.
It's been forever.
I hope you're having a really sane night when nothing weird's happened.
Nothing weird has happened, and you're so handsome. Did anybody tell you that?
Thank you, buddy. You look amazing as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm a black screen right now.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't know what you look like, having not spoken to you previously today.
Cool.
Speaking of Harry Potter, Harry Potter is here.
Ago.
What's up, guys?
Oh, by the way, I just sent you a link to the search for those commercials so that you can get psyched and have fun watching Wednesday night. Because I know appearing Wednesday would be tough for you with your work schedule, but you can have fun watching.
What time is it?
8:30 p.m. Eastern.
It's a little late for me, but it's not too bad.
It's only because I'm on the West Coast, so like it's 5:30 for me.
Right.
Well, so
okay.
you might have
maybe it's 1 o'clock in the morning here, so maybe shut the fuck up.
Fair. All right, cool.
Sorry, I've come from a really hostile meme panel. I'll try and recenter myself before I start doing what King did the last time I did one of these.
What is happening right now? Why are you so aggressive?
It's because I'm having to flip. I'm having to flip because it's just basically come from a panel where we've just insulting each other for an hour.
Hans Beckett just came from the political shit show.
I
apologize. Shit show is awesome.
I apologize. I will
same with Franklin, by the way.
Yeah, Franklin and I may need a minute. Sorry.
You guys were killer on there, by the way. I was fucking laughing my ass off.
Aw, so sweet.
What did you need, Alley Cap, by the way?
I just wanted to go over something. It's something we could do at a later date, so no biggie.
Okay, no big deal. Yeah, sorry, this is Saturday Night Lights, but we may be in the need to replace one or two, so I'll definitely let you know if you want to step in.
All right, I'm actually in your channel now. I think. Talk to you later.
All right. So there's two people that I had a feeling might not make it today, and guess what? They're the two people that I haven't seen yet.
Okay, well, I will hit up Rich
Usual
real quick
suspects.
for one. I just hit up Osiris for the other. If not, I can think of
Osiris.
I can throw in. So, give me a second. Let me hit up Rich real quick.
I love that dude.
After that shit show,
Didn't even talk to
my
him.
chat's going to be really fucking aggressive to everybody, isn't it? That's what we're going to end up with.
Like,
I
don't know why you guys go on to things like the political shit show. I respect your free will, but I don't respect your stupidity. All right.
Hey, if I hadn't been invited here, I'd have been there.
I think because it's
I would like that the most.
I don't know. I find it relaxing just to have a kind of no holds barred space, but it's not like the same as having like an intellectual kind of like conversation or something. But you can still have like shit flinging, I guess. But I think just a place where it's kind of like a comedy club. Like the expectation is you go there to laugh. It's when people go there to like try and make serious points. It's a bit of a fucking mess, yeah.
Well,
but that panel was literally us just fucking ripping into each other, which was fun because I think it's all streamers who knew each other pretty much.
You're gonna say,
yeah, that's honestly the way it reminds me is it reminds me of Dick's in Dallas. It's the restaurant that's just everybody's fucking rude to you. They'll say, "What the fuck do you want, asshole?" as they ask for your order. It's that kind of vibe. Everybody's there for the right reason. Everybody knows what they're getting into.
Sorry, someone in my chat just asked. There's gonna be some politics in here, and I'm just like, oh shit, yeah. Now we're gonna have to wildly swing between two different panel styles.
It's like you're a loser, you're immoral, you're fucked up, and now it's just
we
like,
can start
hey,
with that. Like, yo, I don't know who some of you are, but I can tell you're bad people just by fucking looking at you. Like, what you said? It's 1 o'clock there. Are you a bonger? What are you?
Yeah, I'm British.
Oh Jesus Christ! All right,
Yeah.
already.
Hey, you're the one who proposed red-black color in Magic the Gathering as it links to political ideology.
Well,
so
now
you're
you've
the
said,
real degenerate here.
Now you've said that, I feel less bad about the comments in chat that said you look like somebody mixed Hitler and Harry Potter together.
I mean, what can I say? You know, it's not my.
That's just wrong because pole pot is on the table.
Yeah, I was grown in like a super soldier lab for like JK's transphobia, or whatever the fuck that is. That was a joke, by the way. I love trans people. All right, JK is very terrible. All right, cringe, unbased, not poggers.
So her big thing is that she uses her billions to just advocate for the fact that she's a TERF, right?
I think so. To be fair. Right, I haven't done like the deep dive, and I think like the most research I've ever done on J.K. Rowling was like watching that Sean video on her in Harry Potter. So I don't want to make a ton of statements that I can't back up with facts and logic, you know.
But, hey, respect that.
On Twitch poll, who would do something like that?
Right. Sorry, all right. I've risen above. I'm a little.
Oh shit! All right. Hey, we have everyone here, and it's only 2 after, so I'm gonna get this ball rolling, and then we can go from that. So it's great to see you, everybody, and welcome everybody to Saturday Night Lights. I apologize, I'm a little raspy. I've been recovering from a cold all week, so if I'm not 110%, I've got Jikander here, my producer and fellow mod, to kind of help square this circle away. But I've got a wonderful, wonderful panel lined out for all y'all tonight, and you can see them all right here. The only problem we're having is it looks like Touring News is still having issues with his cam.
I'll be there soon.
All right. We'll get there here in a second, but without further ado, my good friend Beckett from the great British Isles is here. It's good to see you, sir. How you doing?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, I'm good. It's nice to be here again. Thanks very much for having me on. Always a fucking pleasure.
Thank you for staying up so late to join us. I know that it's not a complete inconvenience, but I know it's 1 a.m. over there, and you know how that works for logistics, so I do appreciate it.
No worries. My pleasure, as always.
All right, you guys can check him out, Beckett of Crabs on Twitch. He's great fun. I was playing Hogwarts Legacy earlier, and he's been chatting up most of the day, so definitely go see him.
Fucking transphobe.
Haven't even got there yet. All right.
If we're just
Speaking.
gonna start, I appreciate Connor. I like the energy. This is exactly what we need. Okay.
Speaking of Connor, who likes to come in and interrupt intros, his name is Counterpoints. You can find him on the YouTube channels Counterpoints 30K and Counterpoints Coliseum. You can also see him on Counterpoints on Twitch. Does a lot of streaming, does a lot of content, does a lot of things for you and your friends. Connor, he is my friend. It's good to see you, sir.
No, happy to be here, bud.
All right, next, we have not been able to see him for quite a long time, but we have officially necromancered him from beyond the gate. Actually, he was on the Political Shit Show earlier today. His name is Franklin. He's a lawyer from Canada, and I don't know how I feel about that, because usually lawyers and Canadians are not on the top of the list, but for some reason, I really like this guy. So how you doing, sir?
You're doing so great, and I'm glad that I can bring two things you hate together.
Still make it good.
Connor in shambles already. I can just see the fear in his eyes. He hates lawyers.
I hate American lawyers.
I was going to say, I thought cops and lawyers were best buddies. What happened there?
Depends if there's a cross-examination.
Fair enough. All right, next, he may look like Harry Potter that's jacked, but you know him. He's one of your favorite people on Twitch Politics, and he's now been coming back, making his return tour. His name is Hanz of Harkir, and you can catch him out on Twitch. I don't believe he has a YouTube, but you can definitely catch him out on Twitch. It's good to see you, sir.
How's it going, guys? Tiberius, thank you so much for having me. Everyone, hey, I'm Hanz. I'm your favorite over-muscled idiot. I don't really do a lot of reading anymore. I'm mostly just taking the roids and lifting the weights when I'm not at the corporate job. But I'm always happy to play some video games and listen to people talk about shit that none of us know anything about. So thanks so much for having me, and I'm super excited to debate the topics. Hopefully the Magic the Gathering one got in there. I voted for that one. It seems like that one is quite popular among the fans, Tiberius. I think you might have to let that slide,
We might have to meme a little bit. There may be some room for memeage. I will go there, okay? But without further ado, moving next, he just turned off his camera, but his name's Jakander. He is my producer. He's also the fellow mod that helps keep everything in order whenever I can, or he just kind of lets me go on the panel and smack people in the head myself. Jakander, thank you so much for putting this wonderful crew together. It's absolutely a pleasure. Dude, I haven't seen him forever. It's great to see him. Next is a great friend of ours. He streams pretty late at night, so if you ever need that late night jive where you just can't sleep, if you're doing that work thing, check out Leith Waterkai. Absolutely great to see you, sir. We don't talk enough, and we need to fix that.
I agree. I'm glad to be your affirmative action panelist today. Got here. Glad to be here.
Hey, in all fairness, we usually meet our affirmative action quota very, very easily. We usually get a lot of folks on, so I'm surprised that you're the only brother here. I'm going to have to chat with the producer on that one. I think the Biden administration is very upset with us. We need 3 more. But without further ado, we're going to move to our last friend of the night. He's the only one who has actually come out to my neck of the woods to come visit me. He's done a national tour, going out and exploring, down-to-earth farming. His name is Touring News, otherwise known as Brad Wydra. It's great to see you, sir.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate stepping back into this whole internet stuff.
Well, you have been missed. I don't know if you've been streaming lately, but if he is streaming, definitely go check him out. He's got very informative content. All right, without further ado, excuse me, I'm still having a little chance of catch my wind here. We're going to talk about some topics today. They didn't quite all vote on what the topics were going to be, so I have to go through the voting list.
I love democracy. I voted emphatically. If I could vote twice, I would.
I didn't vote because I support the monarchy, and I think you're all degenerates who support.
Bro!
So I have a meme topic and 2 topics that were actually things I wanted to vote on. But I'm going to take the first 10 minutes just to introduce the actual love of this particular content. I'm going to take the nerd topic. Did Magic make a good move in completing their Bannerman Jace Bellerin? This is obviously for the MTG guys, but I just want to know your quick thoughts on this one real quick.
I take exception to that topic.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Denied. Anyway, so everyone who doesn't understand, Jace Bellerin is a fucking weeb little man who's been the main character of Magic the Gathering for about 20 years. All right? And they just turned him into a evil oil zombie. All right? Extremely important, extremely relevant in today's political climate, okay? So, how can a game that markets to young men who, don't shower, and we all stay in our basements like me, right? And we got rid of our flagship basement boy. And now how will this franchise survive?
Is this not a case? Is this not a case of Wizards of the Coast having to grow up with their fan base? But because I remember a few years ago there was a case with Wizards of the Coast where they got accused of allowing pedophiles to run their games, and now the player base is older, and pedophiles can't run those games because there aren't as many children playing. Because the only people who remember playing fucking card games are millennials in their late 20s. Is this a case now where they're having to try and kind of throw shit at the wall to see what sticks? Because they've kind of lost that pedophile market.
I'm gonna
aggro this for a second.
Listen, Beckett, you're like 3 for 3 tonight. I'm fucking loving it. Transphobic, monarchist, accusing everybody else of being pedophiles. We're off to a strong fucking start.
Well, it's like when they tried to put women in Warhammer 40K, right? Connor's been on the front lines of that, right? All these sad boys about the women. Why can't women be Space Marines, Connor? Tell me now.
There's already fucking female warriors all across the fucking gamut. There's the Sisters of Silence. They're psychic null blanks. They're fucking badasses in power armor who already kick ass and take names. There's the Sisters of Battle who are females in fucking power armor. The people who actually want female Space Marines. The only acceptable actual argument is they want more flavor in their factions. That is an acceptable criticism of the females in 40K. However, 90% of the people who want females in 40K just want new Rule 34 content to beat off to.
Sounds awesome. Why would you be against that?
If you agree that it's a legitimate criticism, saying that you want more flavor in your content, would you agree then that the Tau should be able to convert Space Marines to be Tau? And we should get Tau Marines.
Yes, because it fills me with such hatred that I want to kill them more. And actually, that's where I kind of landed on the female Space Marine thing, where maybe we could make this a misogynist, misandrist thing, where some chapters accept female Space Marines, and then the other loyalists are fuck that we don't want girls in our club, and as a result, we start killing the fuck out of each other. New Civil War. Also, what could easily happen in the narrative is basically because this is the most obvious plot hole right here. Space Marines are asexual, and unless they're chaos corrupted, they do not reproduce. Whereas if you have female Amazon warriors, there's no reason why they wouldn't just try to replace humanity. So you could have some dumbass fucking try to create female Space Marines, and then you could have them all turn to chaos where they try to replicate themselves and destroy humanity. Boom, new faction.
Wait, how did the Chaos Marines replicate themselves without female Space Marines before? Do they just
Well, Hans, I have to note that nature finds a way.
I want the logistics. All right, so there you're chilling with your homies in the Chaos Dimension, right? There's no women around, no ovaries, no chance of getting pregnant. All right, do their balls grow the children? Where do the babies come from, Connor?
The real lore, which is horrifying, is Demonculaba. They basically kidnap a bunch of women. They stitch them together into a crazy, horrible.
To be fair, only Iron Warriors.
Yeah, and what's the what's the horror guy who specifically does body horror? What's his
Cronenberg?
Cronenberg. Yeah.
David Cronenberg. Okay.
Yeah. So they take like 300 women, they stitch them together into a horrific Cronenberg monster, and then they birth Space Marines out of them. And when the Space Marines are birthed out of the Cronenberg monster, it kills the Cronenberg monster. And they just repeat that process in order to birth demon Space Marine things. But the real Space Marine stuff, they follow the gene seed stuff too for Chaos Space Marines. But the Emperor's Children in particular, they do space cocaine and they rape people. So that's actually in the lore. So
how is space cocaine different from regular cocaine?
It's from space.
All right,
it's in space and it's infused with demon shit. So yeah,
the spice must flow.
Cocaine from the warp. It's cocaine from the warp.
Can we go back to the oil man? Can we go back to the oil man, because it's possible he was created through the Nord Stream pipeline explosion.
Oh my god!
Actually have a good transition here for you.
That might actually have been what happened.
Torin, you're a little low.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Any better?
Getting there.
Okay, I'll just sit close and then I'll turn the mic up in a little bit. So it's interesting that we brought up Magic because I think we're going to be talking about like a late stage topic. Might be one of the next ones, so this could potentially be a segue for you. But if anybody paid attention to Magic the Gathering 30th Anniversary Edition, kind of like what's been going on with Hasbro as a company, you know, what's happening with their stock price, so on and so forth, how kind of like the player base is feeling at the moment. They've enraged the D&D player base, Dungeons and Dragons. They've enraged the Magic the Gathering player base, and they continuously are raising the price, trying to create new products, trying to like wring out, you know, any piece of profit that they can out of an already stretched thin player base. I mean, they're releasing secret layers every year. You know, they're increasing the amount of sets. They're doing set draft box, collector draft box, complete edition draft box this, 17 different foils that, etched foil that. You know, they said that they were never going to reprint the reserve list. And now you have like a reprint of the reserve list in the Magic 30th, you know, and so forth. So I think like while it is a meme topic, you know, and we're talking about Jace Bellerin and so forth, like there is like a legitimate thing to discuss with Hasbro of they're taking something that a lot of people loved that was accessible to the masses before, and they've basically priced it, you know, out of the ability for really anyone to enjoy it. Unless, I mean, you can play Magic Gathering Arena. You know, I'm not going to like say anything about that. But the actual physical card game, you know, they're destroying any piece of goodwill that they had with their fan base, and it's really just a damaging thing for me to see because I genuinely do love the game. I think it's like I think it's an excellent strategy game for people to play.
I love that.
I was
I'm not
a
sure if it was ever
brick and mortar store owner during the Zendikar and Innistrad block, and
oh my God.
the main point when you're an owner of a store is that you can buy back materials from players. So usually you're buying back cards at about 50% profit. Wizards did not see any of this profit. And I feel like this is them trying to recoup what they've not been able to get this entire time and oversaturating the market with things that are killing the values of cards for players. Because at one point, owning Magic cards was like gold. Their prices only seem to go up. They very rarely go down unless it's in a standard rotation. Once they go past standard, if they maintain value, they're only going up. Now things are going down and bouncing back and forth. So I really feel like the cash grab that Wizards is trying to do is disgusting to the player base, but I understand why they're doing it.
They're also they're dumping. Oh, I'll give it to you away from here real fast. They're dumping product right on Amazon as well, underneath like the LGSs. You know, so they're taking any excess sets that didn't do well, and they're just dumping them through Amazon. So my personal thinking is they're going to be a private equity acquisition target probably over the next like 12 to 18 months, especially if they continue to slide down, you know, in overall market cap. Because a company like Amazon, who already has that distribution network, you know, could just buy it. They could do Amazon Video IP, you know, with making it into like content and so forth, and then they can just dump it directly on, you know, their platform.
Quick question to Leith, and then I'm actually going to give you guys the real prompt because this was a wonderful transition. Leith, when you said Zendikar in Innistrad, was this Zendikar 2? Because
no, original Zendikar block when the 4-drop Jace came out that got banned.
Oh,
okay, that's
it.
It was Scars of Mirrodin,
yeah,
and then
Zendikar, Scars, Mirrodin, and then Innistrad.
Yeah.
That's how long I had the store, but yeah, they banned that Jace, and that was actually the only good Jace that came out. This new completed Jace is hot trash too.
No, this new completed Jace is sick. All right,
he's garbage.
Mill win condition.
I love y'all.
Fabulous.
All right, I love y'all. We can do this in the thing because believe me, I have 1,000 of my own opinions I would want to throw at you all when it comes to Magic. But the prompt and the topic is that speaking of these companies and the way that they behave, is that are we at a form of late stage capitalism? I know it's a left wing talking point, but I want a serious conversation on this. Are people just getting hyper greedy, or corporations just going completely sideways, or is it one of these deals to where this is normal? We're just going through some transitionary phases. We have new industries coming online, largely through the cyber community, while we also have old forms of media and old forms of outlets just kind of dying. Magic Arena is doing very well as an example compared to the print cards, right? So without further ado, I'm going to want our good friend Touring News to start this off, and I'm just going to go through the panel. Are we in late stage capitalism?
You should have brought better representatives of the left to argue this one instead of me being rusty as I am. But yeah, to me it seems that there has been profit wringing in like every sphere of industry to the capacity to boost short-term shareholder price value, dividend payments, and then you know, if a company is basically run into the ground and or bankruptcy, there's going to be a private equity buyer that's going to be able to come in, purchase it, over leverage it with debt. You can see what happened with RJR Nabisco back in the 1980s, Toys R Us, even Twitter, another leverage buyout and so forth. And then you hollow out the entire employment base. You try to cut services as much as you can, run it bare bones. But usually these leverage buyouts, they're so saddled with debt that they're unable to maintain their payments, and they're unable to actually function further as a company. So I mean, you've got companies selling bottled air out of like clean areas to sell to other people, and that's a pretty big example to me that might be a problem. You've got these bottled water companies. We were talking about Hasbro before, so it seems to me that I made a video a long time ago that even human DNA via like Ancestry, 23andMe, and all of these things, even our DNA is being like spun out and wrung into a profit in any kind of way possible for these companies. And I think that they're running out of areas to exploit and generate it from. So yeah, we're moving into a new phase of capitalism. It's probably going to be the AI wars. You had a pharmaceutical company just spend $600 million in order to buy a machine learning program. That way they can better advance their pharmaceuticals, which that's actually something decent. However, they're going to be going more and more for profit. OpenAI was supposed to be open source AI. Then it was a 100x profit cap. Now it just sold to 10 billion, getting incorporated in with Microsoft Bing search. So I think that many of the signs are there on the wall, and I'll pass it away.
Thank you very much, good sir. I'm going to pass it off to Beckett next.
I'm glad you passed to me. I disagree. I don't think these are signs of late-stage capitalism. I think they're signs of maybe potentially misreading bits of history, honestly. We have had snake oil salesmen and issues of trying to find the next market for as long as we've had any sort of industrial progress, or frankly, any kind of movement outside of a pure feudal system. Is capitalism in trouble? Yeah, kind of, but it depends where you're looking. America has a big issue, partially because its views on capitalism are so extreme that they are reaching the point where they are bordering on not actually being capitalist anymore. Does that mean that capitalism is ending? Potentially, but it's unlikely. The biggest problem, as I see it, that the markets are having isn't that there's less areas to exploit. It's that monopolies have set up to an extent where like just actual small business growth isn't occurring. Those markets still exist, it's just no one exploits them. So a good example of this is actually the video game market. We can kind of see its recovery cycle. Like when we look back about 5-6 years ago, a lot of games were being produced that were multiplayer or live services, because that's what was seen as popular. And a lot of executives we got like information out of the games industry, like people like Stephanie Sterling highlighted this, where companies basically saw two types of games existing. It was like Castle Crushers and Fortnite or whatever. And then they just go for those markets. They'd be like, okay, cool, this is what sells. This is all we should make. Single player games don't make money. But then we see when companies go and then exploit those markets, they make money. They just don't make all the money. The big problem that America has is, again, it's not that capitalism is failing, it's that America and Europe don't embrace true capitalist principles. If something fails, you don't just bail it out with a ton of fucking money, you let it fail. That's true of banks, that's true of a massive company, that's true of a small company. Because in true capitalism, you let the market decide what works. And if you fuck up in the market, it's not for the system to save you. That's not capitalism.
Sorry, I want to cut you off there because I've got to get through these guys, but I 100% agree with you. I got to move this on to Leith, so go ahead, sir.
So looking at the economy during the large inflation period, when all the prices came up to the point where in California you're spending $20 to buy a burrito, it feels like late stage capitalism, but really it's just greediness of certain corporations, and I think that's going to get tamped down on. So I don't think it would be the end of capitalism in any sense of the word. I just think that when companies are getting taxed as they should be and there are checks in the market as there should be, we won't have these problems anymore.
So short, sweet, and simple. Love it. Connor, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I don't think so. Typically, we put capitalism in juxtaposition to socialism, which is like the decommodification of basic human needs and workers owning the means of production. I don't think that any like modern problems are really like solved by this switch. Also, like communism, like a moneyless, stateless, classless society. I don't think that's like a real solution either. So when people talk about like late stage capitalism or it's all going to fall down and all that kind of shit, it's like, I mean, we've already done this shit before. Like, look at Rome, look at Europe, look at the empires expanding and collapsing, look at markets, look at colonization, look at all this kind of shit. So creative destruction and growth is always going to happen. And also, I think the only thing that I could see as like a stabilizing force is maybe if left-leaning people are smart and not stupid, they'll stop talking about decommodification of basic human need and workers owning the means of production, and instead they'll talk about like dignified human life and what is the social contract between human beings, their families, and their society, and what should individuals and families give up for the good of society as far as like being productive and working and paying their taxes and being moral human beings and blah, blah, blah. And then what should society give up? Should we have some level of guarantee of food or access to home loans or access to high quality education or access to, opportunity and small business loans and all that kind of shit? That's the real negotiation between society, families, and individuals. And I frankly I don't see socialism as defined the way that I define it as really solving environmental issues or any of that, like a global warming or any of that kind of shit. So, yeah.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I'm going to pass off to Hanz next.
Guys, I'm super sorry. I might be back, but I have a family emergency that I have to deal with. All right, I'll.
Everything's okay.
That's why I've been looking.
Hanz, you son of a bitch!
I'm really sorry. I just got some messages. Okay.
No worries.
All right,
I completely
I'm kidding.
understand.
I love you.
All right,
Go get it taken care of.
I'll be back if I can. Okay.